So
I forgot you were a Scorpio for a minute.
He's a Scorpio?
You are.
How'd you know that? You knew that I was a Scorpio?
I'm into astrology.
Oh, you are? I'm so not. I think we started. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Enlightened Up. You have, I'm very disappointed you haven't heard the show for the last half hour with our guest who I haven't seen in years, shows up blowing us all away with her humor. But I'll get to that when I first introduce the show. It is called Enlightened Up. Our goal is to literally enlighten up people because we really need this right now. I think there's a lot of anger out there. I'm even getting angry. You know, I'm usually a people person, but now I think I have met my limit on people and has made me go the whole other way. I'm starting to hate people, to be honest with you. That's why I have this show, is to try to first enlighten me up, enlighten you up, enlighten our guests up, and we have a lot of fun on the show, and it's just a relief. It's literally, Caroline was also on comic relief. I was as well. It's literally comic relief that we need so much in our society right now, everything that's going on. Make sure you subscribe and all that stuff, you know, all that announcery stuff. Maybe we'll plug in some other announcements when I get it right, because I don't even have a cue card right now. I have a cue card for my guest, and I refuse to read it. I'm just going to go off the cuff with this and just say, literally one of my favorite people, even though I haven't seen her in years. Literally one of the people that makes me laugh. We've had such joy, which is what I want to bring to this show. Before the show even started, I kept saying, Sifta, save it for the air. Sifta, Sifta. She refused. That's part of our dynamic, too.
It sounded like a sexual disease. Sifta, Sifta. Or you were trying to say sister and you had like a speech impediment.
Already making fun of my speech before we got on. I don't know if that was caught, but apparently I don't say the word mogul properly.
You said because of your silent L, because you're from Philadelphia, you said you were a mogu as opposed to a mogul. You're like, you didn't know it was a mogu.
I hope it's recorded. I want to hear it. I couldn't believe my wife makes fun of me the way I talk, and my voice to text she's right.
I know. But
I said I saw this guy, right? I said I texted that, and it came out Saul, like Better Call Saul.
Oh!
See, Philadelphians add L's where they don't belong.
Yes.
And subtract L's. Yeah, we're kind of like the Asian version of is that not right? Did you just give the look like I was racist? I'm married to a Japanese woman. I get away with all of it now. And I was a geisha girl when I was a kid. You think that's a lie? Mom, full on. Made me a geisha girl.
Well, how'd you become the love master without doing that?
I know.
Who are the greatest love masters? The geisha women.
It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work becoming the love master from geisha girl and hooker and what else was a cowgirl. My mom dressed me as a girl every year for Halloween.
Oh.
Honestly. I'm dead serious. So, yeah, I have issues.
Okay.
My friends are ghosts.
Why did she do that?
Running, with sneakers. And I literally have these little sandals on with chopsticks in my head. That's, as the geisha girl, with one of those little things you put your hands in.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going, guys, wait up.
Oh, my God, that's hilarious.
It wasn't hilarious.
I thought that you were just literally saying your friends were ghosts. And that's funny because we were renting a house and I was going to buy it, but it was so haunted. Like, I can take a couple of ghosts, but this was like a law firm of ghosts. I'm not kidding. And every time they broke anything, we would get a bill. There were so many ghosts in that house. And everybody came and said, this house is haunted. I'm like, yes. Okay. I couldn't afford the sage. It would look like they were smoking pot. I'd like sage and you'd hear this like inhale. I'm like, oh, they love the sage. We have to go. Anyway.
The ghosts always had it easy. You just put 2 holes in a sheet.
Right.
Parents aren't happy, but the kids are because they're under there and they just tear it off whenever they want. But I was full makeup. My mom would come back. The worst was the geisha girl. Remember those legs?
Why?
Do you remember legs pantyhose?
Yes, of course. They came in an egg.
A big egg, right?
Yes.
My mom takes an X-Acto knife and she makes 4 moon slits, like half moons, out of that plastic. And she takes glue and puts them in my eye sockets for the full Asian effect.
This is horrible.
I told the story to my mom. She said, you make me sound like an abusive mother. I didn't do that. I go, Mom, do you think I made this up? The legs, pantyhose?
No, you and Kevin Meaney had the same mother?
You know what? I can't believe you said that. It pisses me off. It is the same voice.
Oh, it is?
Yes, my mom. I do a best mom impression. Gordon, pop your head in here for a minute.
I do a really good impression of my mother, too. Like, I'm really spot on.
Let me hear it.
Well, like, the first movie I was ever in was Meatballs 3 because the story wasn't really finished being told in 1 and 2. just like The Godfather, there was so much more to explain.
Yeah.
And my mom was at the country club, and she said, well, Cara's been asked to be in the film Meatballs 3. They've asked her to play the part of the topless water skier, but sadly, she can't water ski. Are you all right?
I need water, Gordon. But anyway, can you testify how much I sound like my mom? Yeah, it's so dead on.
I think, you know
she
what,
calls
as
in
comedians,
with What's Buggin' Barb. She has a segment called What's Buggin' Barb.
You know what? On my talk show, my mother would call in.
As What's Buggin' Your Mom?
No, she would just be like Marge or whatever, and she knew
or whatever. That's not her name.
I mean, no, more
just gave her
Marge
an
or
arbitrary name.
whatever, Jane. No, I can't. Marge does something. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, and one of our musicians was a bit of a hoe, and she picked up on that all the time. And she said, "Well, I have a question for Chris Bodie. Why don't trumpet players have orgies?" And I was like, Mom, she's admittedly there are 2 people watching in like Grand Rapids, who cares? And she said, too many thank you notes.
That's a great joke.
Yeah.
I actually think did you get your sense of humor from your mom?
My mother was like incredibly funny, and my father was physically funny. So it was like having a clown for a parent and then just an incredibly witty, smart person.
He's doing like Chevy Chase dives on the coffee table.
Pretty much. I put my father in every show that I was ever on. And one time I bought my dad because I would get these random calls every now and then and say, honey, listen, great news. I've decided to try acting. And I'm like, great news for who? Okay. not for me. It's not great. So I'm ready to get an agent. I go, fantastic. You live in Tucson and you're an obstetrician gynecologist. So why don't you stick at the thing that's paying you? And he's like, can you get me some work? So I bought him a walk-on part on the original CSI.
You bought him a part.
It was $800 at an auction.
Yeah.
The show had just started. I get this call from my father. Oh, honey, I got a call from the producer. It's a pass from me. I go, what are you talking about? He goes, yeah, I'm going to pass. I go, you're not going to pass. I paid $800.
He's even using showbiz language.
Yeah, it's a pass. It's a pass.
It's a pass.
It's a pass from me. I go, Dad. He goes, honey, they want me. First of all, there's no lines. I go, I've explained this to you. You're not in the union. It's an extra part. You're not going to go on. He goes, well, they want me to play a corpse. I go, the whole show's about corpses. You could have been a lead corpse. He goes, well, I've told them no. I go, well, did you get the $800 back? No. Then my mother.
He wouldn't do it.
He passed.
Wouldn't play the corpse.
Wouldn't play the corpse.
Wow. Didn't you tell him Kevin Costner started as a corpse?
And continued as one. Have you seen his acting?
Wow.
Good night, everybody.
Wow. Good night, everybody. That's the end of the show right there. Can I get a water?
You look like Kevin Costner.
What's that?
You look like Kevin Costner.
I get that a lot. I actually had 2 people that thought I was Kevin Costner. Isn't that
you
weird?
Spoke and then they were like, what the hell?
Yeah, what's that?
What's with the no
Can't
L's?
say an L. This can't be Kevin Costner.
Dances with woofs.
Sorry. Dances with woofs. Feet of dreams.
Luckily, we can't think of any other.
Exactly.
Kevin Costner.
That's why we laughed longer.
Yes.
We had.
I can't think of any
Trying to
Kevin
come up
Costner
another way. Neither one of us can come up with.
Feet of dreams, very good.
That was good.
That was very
but that's
good.
it.
But then it was.
We ended at that. Oh, I'm sorry. Boo Durham. Boo Durham. How did we not know that one?
Durham.
Oh.
So good. No Way Out has no L's. Yeah.
Now we're the whole Kevin Costner retrospective. Yeah.
Now,
and by the way, the whole interview, you'll come up with another one. I just know it. It'll be the most brilliant one of all.
No, I'll be driving home. Okay, so then I got to tell you about my dad. So my dad, my dad at age 70 got a tattoo of a bear claw all the way down his arm. He was very spiritual. My dad was not super present when I was a kid.
Spiritual?
No, that was his
like a Native
animal.
American
spirit animal.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he's trying to pick up, wilderness chicks.
No, he just wanted to join a biker gang. No,
okay.
he was a very spiritual guy. He used to always call and go, honey, I'm going into my silent retreat. I'll be in it for 2 weeks, and I'm going in half an hour. I said, okay, I'll call you back in 40 minutes. And then I would always say to my sister, I go, did you get a hang up on your birthday? That was Dad from the silent retreat wishing you a happy birthday.
My sister took my mom to one, and she smuggled in her BlackBerry. And she said she got mad at me because she caught me with my BlackBerry. I can't go that long without my BlackBerry. So she's called me from the silent retreat to tell me that they were trying to tell her to stay silent.
Oh my God. I took my mother to the
do you do that kind of thing? You take your parents to?
Of course. We went to a million. My mother and I traveled all over the world.
Wow, that's awesome.
I took my mother to the Hippocrates Institute in Florida.
Florida, yeah.
Which is literally just juicing and eating wheatgrass and having enemas. And my mother could not stand it. She said, I can't stand these women. They just sit around and talk about their bowel movements endlessly. And so people would go, I remember she did two things. She goes, anyway, these people are like, did you get the colonic? And my mother said, you know what I'd love? A pina colonic.
You do both parents with a sense of humor.
Oh, and my sisters are far funnier than I am. Far
Really?
funnier. Oh yeah. Look, but they had other skills. I only had this skill.
Where did you grow up again?
Montreal.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, I knew it was Canada, but I didn't know it was Montreal. Are you bilingual? I'm not getting personal, but
as I've always said, I can speak French, but only in the present tense because that's all I can remember from high school. So as long as it happened this moment, I could say it.
I learned stuff that would pick up women. That's all.
And what
I
was it?
in Montreal.
What was it?
Je t'aime.
That's a big opener. Where do you go from there? Je t'aime. And then
I go from I love you.
I love you. How about I'd like to get to know you? Maybe a little bit.
Well, of course, I use the voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir. I mean,
wow. I mean, if you don't go to a 70s disco song, how are they not throwing themselves
at you? If they're young enough, they wouldn't know that.
Oh, my God.
They wouldn't know the song, right?
That's like, oh, God. All right. So what is the origin of the Love Master?
This is not supposed to be your interview of me.
Well, I'm a very bossy Aries.
Maybe if you had me on your talk show, which you never did.
I would have loved to have.
But never did.
But never did.
You and Rosie both. Rosie, I grew up with Rosie. I don't know if you knew that.
No.
Since teenagers, yeah.
No.
We started together. We used to tour together, sleep in the same bed together, me and Rosie.
Well,
honest to God.
Explains a lot about Rosie's choices now. You had clearly not invented the Love Master at that point.
I remember the night that she admitted it. That she came,
Wow.
She actually.
You don't admit it. It's not like you've committed a crime.
Yes, you do admit it.
I admit it.
Maybe that's okay. I know the word's coming out, but that's all Philly could come up with. She admitted it.
Yeah.
So
she solved the crime.
Well, she was denying it, so now she admitted it.
Okay.
At one
the Love
time.
Master has brought lots of love and enlightenment to the world. I would like to know the
origin. Lots of sex.
Yes.
A lot of people. I set them up. They knock them down. I mean, so many guys try to be the Love Master, and babies have been born from it. I'm not exaggerating.
Oh, God.
A lot of people have given credit to the Love Master.
You know what's really funny? Knowing you and then watching you do the Love Master, and then you're like, it's just great. And then you're like, oh.
I know, it's weird.
It's weird. All
it's
of a sudden,
creepy.
That character is like strangely arousing and repelling all at the same time. It's like, I know it's him, but then I'm like, oh, no. I don't want to feel that way, but I do. You're like, I'm not falling for this. Yes, I am. Yes, I freaking am. Terrible.
I've never had it explained like that before. Because I know people have different reactions to it. Some people get creeped, but he came to me.
You know what? He'd get me too now. You can't really do him anymore.
Well, I do.
Oh, you still do?
It's a play on people like that.
Yeah.
I might as well be doing a Harvey Weinstein impression. You know what I mean?
It's true.
You can't, or Bill Cosby, right?
Jesus.
Yeah, I guess that's a little far. But anyway, it's a character it's basically to combat what women were girls would give me horrible times back when I was a kid, right? They used the F word. Friend. It's always the friend.
I was like, they tell you to fuck off? What?
Well,
That's
that
so
too.
mean.
That too. If I tried anything besides being a friend,
you got
then it turned
friend-zoned a lot?
then it turned
Even
always.
As a sexy Scorpio?
13 girls I asked to the prom.
No.
And don't you think I can't list them right now for you, right in order?
And you know that each one you're hoping has a thyroid condition and...
Oh, it's happened. It's happened. Got my vengeance. One of them I looked...
One?
And she gigantic. Herpes sore, and she's what's that?
Wow. You did not invite
but I'm
13
clean. I'm
girls.
clean now.
You invited 13
I invited 13. I could name every one of them.
To the prom?
They all shot me down. And you know...
I hate all of them.
Do you know how girls pee together?
Okay,
right?
I went to all-girls school and was captain of the virginity team, and my mother was the coach. I remember our school cheer, go, go, no, no, no. But nobody would have ever done that. We were like nice. No Canadian girl would have said no to you.
Oh.
I mean, for the prom. That's so awful.
Oh, it was awful. I was really
Do you know what
tiny.
my sister did
I was
when-
tiny with a
Oh.
squeaky voice, no pubic hair. Back then, you
Well,
wanted
did you
it.
mention that in the invite?
Well, I
have
didn't
no
say-
pubic hair. Do you
No,
want to
no.
go to the prom? Maybe that was part of it.
Well, it looked like a panel on a wall switch.
Oh
I
my
had nothing, I had
God! Oh
nothing
my
going
God!
on.
Panel on a wall. You know what? You needed a publicist back then. You were gonna get nowhere.
Oh, I had no good pub, and no.
You know what happened when my prom date arrived?
What?
Admittedly,
Did you ask your prom date, or
I went to all-girls school. We almost had to just dance with other girls.
so
We
you
were
had to
allowed
ask your prom date?
Yes, I did.
Ooh.
The prom was in June. I asked him in March.
Another boys' school. You went over to another
Yes,
all boys
and
school.
when my
recruited?
daughter finally met him,
Your daughter met your prom date.
yeah, because we're friends, and I hadn't seen him in years, and he was coming to New
I
York.
get it. Yeah.
And he came over, and she, he's so sweet. And when he left, Ava said, "Well, why didn't you marry him?" I'm like, well, he didn't ask. He barely kissed me, and I remember he tasted like strawberry ice cream. Anyway, I just remember. Anyway, when my prom date arrived, it was 1981.
He's your prom date, but not your boyfriend. He was just your prom date, right?
It was just my
you
prom
wanted
date.
someone that looked good for the photos?
No,
Is
I
that what you
wanted
went
him
with?
to be my boyfriend.
Oh.
And it was only until the next week that we mildly even hooked up. But he had a giant bow tie. Like, I remember, it was almost clown-like. I thought, water's coming out of this. And I opened the door. No, my sister, who is such a, when she wants to be, like the funniest human in the world, but just has could care less for anybody's feelings. And
No filter.
no filter, but hilarious.
Okay.
And she said, she opened the door and she said, Cro-Magnon man is here.
In front of him?
Yes! No wonder he didn't marry me.
That's an early cock blocker going
She
on.
is such a cock blocker. She has been so mean to certain I swear to God, boyfriends have broken up with me. I have a
Over her.
boyfriend who I will never introduce. I mean, like, they're not meeting her. She's terrifying.
Really?
Like, the last one, she really, she hated him. She would literally be like, he said, "Why don't you like me?" "Because you're not good enough for my sister," which turned out was true. And so she feels like, I told you. And I go, but you didn't need to tell him.
Maybe she's like a parakeet in a mine. You throw her in there, and she's going to let you know if it's dangerous.
Yeah.
So that might be a good idea.
Yeah, but the one
We all should have one of those.
I know.
I've always said you should bring your best friends with you or people that know you really well on every first date.
You absolutely should.
And they sit there with a remote and you have a shock collar. Right?
So you're an alcoholic. Oh, but we can work with that and a drag it.
And you're going, I could change her.
That's like the joke I had in my 20s. I said, dating your 20s, it's like so much fun. It's like getting a science project. What did you get? I got an alcoholic. I'm going to change him. What did you get? And in your 30s, you're just like, no.
I'm going to go a little deeper here, okay?
Yes.
And say to you, I'm going to predict, I don't know if you knew this about me, but I'm a psychic, literally. I see clients and everything. Heavy-duty psychic. Like, big time.
What other jobs do you have?
I know, it's too many.
That's crazy.
I wish I got paid for them. But anyway.
I am also psychic, so let's see.
Oh, we're just going to stare at each other the rest of the time.
Oh, my God, no.
No, you didn't say that. No, you feel like
I'm
that.
seeing
No,
the future.
come on. No.
I'm seeing the future.
Oh, that's not right. That's
Really?
No,
That
you're so
happened?
off on my future. No, you're thinking that. Whoa, wait a minute. Okay, Aries, taking over the show.
No, oh,
So-
man. Typical man. All right, let me sit here and try. You know what?
Okay.
My friend Sherry Shepard went to a dating coach.
Okay.
And I said, well, what did you learn? And she said, you have to not be the boss. And I go, really? Because I'm an Aries, I'm a stand-up comedian, and I'm a single mother. Who is going to be the boss if I'm not the boss?
And so she's all three of those
Yeah,
too.
exactly. So
Yeah.
fuck that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I've coached people through the years. I fixed up 9 marriages, by the way. As a matter of fact, my book is about that.
I only have 3
See
marriages
that book
that
right
I
there,
fixed
Love
up.
Mastered? See that book right there?
I only have 3.
I fixed up even the person.
Love
in that
Mastered feels like you boned me a little bit.
Oh no, is that what? Oh, no wonder it didn't sell that well.
Mastered.
Yeah, baby.
Anyway,
Okay, what's your psychic prediction?
I think
Yes.
you share this with me. You are a rescuer.
Oh.
You like
You don't need to be a psychic.
to fix somebody.
You have to see
like
1 minute of my act.
Oh, I haven't seen your act in 100 years.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen your act. To tell you the truth. I think that you are one of those people that gives to others before you will give to yourself.
Well, there's a word for that. It is
Codependent?
woman.
No. Oh my God, are you crazy?
No,
My ex is nowhere near that.
You attracted a different kind of woman. No,
Oh,
I think that
big
women
time.
are raised to do that, and I have been very conscious to not raise my daughter to do that. And when I tell my daughter something, because I am the youngest of 3 girls and went to Sunday school and was always taught like, basically everybody comes before you, and it's more important to be polite and never be, I would like to take back about 15 to 20 years of having thought that way as a woman.
Yeah.
But my daughter is like, if she's upset about something and I say, like if she's upset about one of her friends, I will always come in with my Pollyanna and say, well, darling, yes, you didn't get to do that, but we've got to think is that your friend had this great opportunity and now there's more friends in the group. And she's like, no, I'm furious. And then I finally stopped and I was like, you know what? You be furious because you're going to take care of yourself first and foremost. And I never did. And then once you become a parent, forget it. You're not even in like the list of people who are taken care of,
Yeah. That's kind of like what your show is about.
What show?
You don't know the show you're on?
What show?
Do I have to read it off the credits?
Oh, no, I do.
Sydney to the max.
You know
That's what it's about.
Why that show was very sweet was because you never really saw a divorced single parent on a Disney Channel show.
No.
Who got burned, and I made them when Tom Wilson, who I could not love and adore more, who is
Philly.
the funniest human in the world.
Started with him too.
You did?
Yeah.
I
He used to have a big tuba. That was
I know.
part of his act.
I beg your pardon. I didn't know that about. Oh, the instrument.
Oh.
And you had a little flute. I
Back
a light
then.
switch. Yes.
Now,
No,
baby.
No.
Yeah, social distance. I'm 6 feet, Caroline. That's just the tip. Yeah, baby.
Just crazy.
Yeah.
6 feet.
Check out Zamfir, baby.
Anyway, that was an old reference. Zamfir, the Pan flute. Remember Zamfir? Those commercials?
How old do you want people to think we are that you should?
Yeah, that was a bad reference, wasn't
Oh
it?
my God. I would have gone with Yanni.
No, he didn't have a pan flute. The whole idea was I couldn't come up with a flautist.
No, I know. I thought Yanni had.
Do you have any other flautists? Any other flautist
You know
references?
what? Now I take it back. The fact that you even came up with Zamfir should be like, you're good for no Alzheimer's for a whole year.
Oh, my memory from the past is freakish.
Yeah.
Freakish.
Because you're a Scorpio
Like,
and you remember
would you
pain.
stop with the-
You remember the pain.
Let's get.
Do you remember 1,000 nice things people said to you?
Oh no. I
Exactly.
pain,
Do you
absolutely.
remember the
That's not a
pain?
Scorpio
Yes,
trait.
it is.
Is that why I'm like a woman? Because you said a woman is also
You're
a rescuer
very
and a fixer.
scorned. You're scorned and you're unforgiving.
I got that.
My astrology
I'm
cards.
not unforgiving.
it
That
says,
is incorrect.
Dear, well, no, that's because you've had therapy. But by nature, you would not
Majorly
be.
forgiving.
Majorly. But that's all. You can't be in a real relationship.
See, I'm not a Scorpio.
and not be about forgiving.
I think this Scorpio, I think the whole thing is full of crap. So I hear they're sexual, right? Isn't that true of a Scorpio?
Oh, I'm sorry. In the same breath that you said, I think this whole thing is crap, you then said, they're very sexual.
I
See,
heard.
You would like the good qualities
No,
of the
yeah,
Scorpio,
that I'll
and then
take.
the rest is bullshit. I am totally forgiving and fantastic in bed. So fuck that.
No, listen.
Yeah.
The Scorpio, I heard that they're sexual. Is that correct?
Well, who'd you hear that from? Another Scorpio?
Now I hear it. Is it not correct? Is it correct? Our Aries
Scorpios
are domineering,
very-
which we're seeing right now.
You know what? I'm not going to talk the rest of the whole thing. I'm going to sit over here. I'm going to be very passive aggressive.
Is it not true? Is that not one of the reputations that a Scorpio has? You said they have a
Scorpios are all
tendency
about sex.
Okay, there you go.
That's how they express themselves.
There's a long way to go around that.
What is your?
So I'm saying
I
to
have
you,
another
so
question,
every
but what's
one of
your
them,
language of love?
every one of them is sexual, like some Amish guy. Oh, I did her in the back of the buggy there. Oh, the mule was watching. I mean, really? You
First
think
of all, is that one Amish guy from Newfoundland? Because I've never
This
heard
is the problem,
any...
folks. If this was a civilian, they'd go, wow, that's a great impression. Is that what they sound like in Lidditz, Pennsylvania, or Intercourse, PA? That's exactly what they sound like. But no, when you have a comic across from you, they have an ear, a critical ear that hears things that no one else. The whole show started with, apparently, I can't say the word mogul. That's how the whole show started. They hear things, or you do an impression, go, nah, that sounded like Jack Nicholson.
Am I supposed to pretend that we're both not comics and have been for like ever? Am I supposed to just
No,
pretend?
you're not pretend. I said if
I'm
you're a civilian.
So pleased to meet you, Craig, the author, the terrible golfer.
By the way, that sounded just like your mother's impression.
You didn't hear what I said. The author,
the
author, the terrible golfer.
I know, I heard it. I'm ignoring it. Let me tell you, folks, what Caroline did to me. We have not talked in a while, a little bit.
No, we talked a while ago.
A little bit, like phone or whatever. We haven't seen each other in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it one another? We haven't seen one another. Or is it... I'm ready for her grammar police to come out any second.
I am the grammar police.
Oh,
but I got to tell you something.
I can't take it.
No, now that pronouns are such a big deal, I realize I've forgotten all grammar. I don't remember what adverbs are. I have to review what. And then I made Ava, my daughter, furious because I said the pronouns for my hair are her, hey, because my hair is dry. And she thought that was very unfunny.
Oh, okay. Kids are a bad audience.
Oh, yeah. Okay, go on.
I don't remember what I was going to say now. Do you have any clue where I was? Gordon, need your help here. Where was I? I didn't put a pin in it. You need to say put a pin in that when you interrupt me. I have to have, what was I saying about mothers, impressions? Oh
my God. Scorpions.
Oh, scorpions, yes. Oh, did her the bucket of buggy there.
Oh,
that was good. What does it sound like?
Can I tell you a story?
Norwegian?
But can I say the word fuck in it?
Yeah, you've said it twice already.
Okay. All right.
When you started the show off by telling, by the way, she told really dirty stories. She says, I can't tell these on air because I'm on Sabrina. I'm on a Disney show. I'm on the Disney show.
It got canceled. I can tell all the stories that I want.
It did?
Yeah.
It did not.
It did.
You mean the Disney show, Sydney to the Max? Got canceled?
Yes. Do you know how I knew it was going to be canceled?
Read it in the paper.
I just bought a house.
I should say paper. Oh, yeah. That's how you knew it was going to.
Yeah.
No.
And by the way, leading up to the fact that you're a psychic and all you could come up with was that I was a rescuer, like that's the vision.
I had a couple others. You missed it. I had a couple other things in there.
What were they?
I'll give you a full reading. I've done them in this room. I did someone so powerful the lights were flashing. I'm telling you, I can see back in your past. You might not want to see it. I'm not going to do it here because you might say, whoa. Chop that one down. Edit that one out. That's what Jamie Kennedy did. He goes, you got to edit that, bro.
Really?
Oh, yeah, because I go deep.
I love Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah, he's great. Another Philadelphian. But you love Philadelphians.
I do. I love the Phillies.
The psychic in me thinks that you love Philadelphians.
How about just the person who's listening across from me that I've told I love Philadelphians? Philadelphians. All right, I'm not asking any more questions. I won't be a bossy Aries.
No, you're not being bossy. You're being funny and clever.
Okay. Funny and clever.
As your mom would say, clever.
Funny and clever. The two things men love.
I have a clever daughter. So you started in your career, I'm going to go old school here. You started your career in a comedy club? Like Montreal's a great comedy town.
I knew, as they say in the Bible, you can never be a prophet in your own town. And I knew
you got out.
I would never, ever be successful in Montreal. And I knew what I wanted to do was be in New York. So I cut all those steps. And I was like, the festival had only just started. And when I left, I lived with my friend Elizabeth. And when I moved out, Bruce Hills moved into my apartment.
Bruce Hills, who runs the Montreal Comedy Festival.
And has for like 30 years.
He's been in but he's been in your apartment for 30 years?
No, he was able to move out, get married, and has a beautiful house.
Okay.
And he's a wonderful human being. And when my mom was dying, he was like the bestest of friends.
Oh,
it's funny
really?
when people show up like that.
And you never know who they will be.
I know.
Isn't that it's surprising?
And we had, my best friend and my mom died the same year of breast cancer. And
your best friend also breast cancer.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Bruce did the Lance Armstrong bike ride for her. So he's a mensch. He's a goodie.
Wow.
He's a really good person.
I love to hear that because
I want to hit him sometimes because he literally doesn't laugh when you say anything funny.
Because he's heard it all.
Yeah, he's like, that's funny. That's funny. It's like, could you...
That's the problem with a lot of comedians. Is just, they just are so programmed, like you, listening to my voices that I do.
No, I'm the opposite. I find everybody hilarious. I am the best
same way,
audience
yeah.
member.
Yeah.
I will laugh hysterically.
Yes.
I'll
I'll laugh above the crowd.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate comics that don't laugh.
I know, but it happens. Even though you're still analyzing the voices I do. I mean,
oh my God, you are such a sensitive pussy. God.
a sensitive pussy would be angry that you called me a sensitive pussy.
No.
Or be very upset by that. But I embrace it and I love it.
Okay,
because I know it's not true.
I'm going to tell you one astrology
What?
story.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So
Is it about a Scorpio or an Aries?
it's Aries. So Kim Whitley, who is my daughter's godmother.
What?
Yes.
Oh, we have to talk after the show.
Why did you date her?
No, I did not date her.
M-
Do you know I've never dated a comic?
Really?
Yeah, I swear. Isn't that weird? You went further than that. Had
I
a
was
baby
about-
with
you
one.
know what I was about to say?
What?
I literally said, you know what? Neither have I.
No!
I totally forgot.
Oh!
I am not kidding. I was like,
We have to
neither
edit
have I.
that out.
I know. I was like, whoops.
Even I remember.
Oh my God. Because that's the last time we physically saw each other is he and I came to see one of your one-man shows. One man. That's really funny. That's how much time has passed.
That is.
I'm like, I've never dated one. Oh,
Well, wait a minute.
wait a minute.
I just dropped my daughter at the mall.
Right.
Who's from him. Wow.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't listen to this.
Don't worry. He doesn't listen to if he would be. He's like,
Is he one of the comics that doesn't appreciate other comics? Do you think he is? I remember him coming up to me after a show and complimenting me.
no, I
remember
think
that.
I think he's very
Dry.
yeah. So he'd be like,
Won't be effusive.
no, I would just be like peeing in my pants, like, oh my God, that joke.
Yeah.
That was hysterical. And hey, man, I really
Right.
that writing is like fucking. Anyway, okay, here's because that's what you want.
Oh, and she projects that the Scorpios aren't forgiving. Did you smell that one?
Can I tell you something?
I'm going to talk about my.
I just did a post on
my
Father's
ex who I had a
Day.
baby with. I
No.
don't remember him, and also this is how he.
No, that is so not. That is so not. You know why?
What?
Because once you have a baby with someone,
Yeah.
you only see that person through your daughter's eyes. It doesn't matter. He could be the meanest human in the world. There's literally nothing he could do that would make me not love him because he's Ava's dad. Nothing.
God, I wish my ex-wife
And I'm
was
not-
that. My
and I'm
ex-wife
not
is the
with him.
opposite. My ex-wife
That's
is,
my daughter's
she's
father,
done
period.
nothing but try
We
to
don't have
separate
anything
me
else
from
other
my
than
kids.
that.
I mean, how does that happen? If you're saying that's the way women are?
No, I'm.
Maybe I should tell you her birth sign and you'll tell me.
You know what?
If I describe her, do you think you
She's
could
done a
predict what she is?
terrible disservice to your
Oh,
child.
horrible trauma, these
I mean,
kids.
that's the thing.
Courts and police, therapists,
Terrible.
mental hospitals. I'm telling you, it's been a truly traumatic experience. She does not stop. Still in court 2 weeks ago, 15 years later. I am telling you, it's the opposite of what you're saying. So I want to know, what birth sign is she with that kind of vindictiveness and absolutely zero looking at herself? Nothing, like nothing. So now tell me what that sign is.
Virgo?
No.
What?
See,
Cancer?
I don't believe. Yeah, that's it.
A Cancer?
What, August 1st? Is that Cancer?
No.
that's
Oh,
not
she's a Leo.
Leo, yes.
Yeah.
This is what astrologers do all the time.
I didn't say it
no,
like
no,
that.
This is what they do. They go, oh, yes, of course. I was going to say that, but I figured.
I guess the signs.
I don't believe in astrology.
You know what?
You
no,
got me.
you know
I'm
what?
off on this one.
I've got to tell you
You and
something.
I are in disagreement.
I didn't. I wanted
Until-
to study it because I wanted to do this line of cards. And then I was like, this is insane. But I can't tell you the number of times I sat next to this guy on an airplane. He came in, he was late. He had clearly broken his nose. It was like so broken, I was going to throw up. And I said, what happened? And he said, you know what? I had like 10 minutes extra. I dropped my kids at my ex-wife's house. I had enough time to go surfing, which I've just learned how to do. And the guy was in his 50s. I fell off my board. It hit me in the nose. I had to run for my flight. I'm like, oh, you're an Aries. And he's like, yeah. I said, well, first of all, your nose is physically broken. And I'm calling my friend. Maybe I am a bit of a rescuer. He's a plastic surgeon. I need to take a picture of your nose. And you're going to call him. And this flight is going to be very painful for you if we don't ice your nose right now.
Right.
So I was like in nurse mode. I got him to the plastic surgeon. His nose was so broken, and it would have stayed broken. Anyway, I knew he was an Aries because he was acting like a child. He was a terrible coupler, and he was last minute and spontaneous. And he was an Aries.
And the Scorpio that I am, I'm none of those things. No, I'm so punctual. I mean, I plan things way in advance.
I didn't invent astrology. Why are you being so aggressive about it?
See, that's the Philly in me. People think that I'm aggressive and intense all the time.
No, they don't. You're a pussycat.
Oh, no. People, let's hang more.
and then I'll see.
Yes. You're going to develop
you know
a
what?
distaste
Westlake
for me.
is so close to my house. I'll run over all the time.
Don't guilt me now. I got you a $450 facial. She told me to tell you that.
That's so nice of you. No, I'm just guilting you because I literally don't. Is there a lake here?
Yes, it's beautiful.
Can we go see the lake?
Yes, we'll go. Oh, okay. I have a busy day of other guests.
But then we
guests.
You can send me towards the lake.
I can send you there. I can join you later there. And actually, we're performing tonight together.
I know. Where are we performing?
Oh my God, you don't even know?
I do.
Are you serious?
No, I do know.
It's in between two buildings. It's called Supernova, but it's literally between two, like a blown out section between two buildings in Hollywood off of Hollywood Boulevard. Every superstar comedian does this gig. It's crazy.
Is it very high up?
High up? No, you're on the ground. It's blown. There's nothing there.
Oh, thank
but a
God.
stage.
I thought it was because last time I've been having to perform on roofs.
No. Opposite.
I don't even like being on top.
Opposite. This is. I didn't lead you there, by the way. You took that all by yourself. I'm trying to describe your stage.
I feel like I'm waiting for the bus.
It's a theater in the round.
Really?
It's a theater in the round.
Thank you so much. I'm actually nervous to perform again.
Why are you nervous? I'm going to let you know flat out. I know lots of comedians. You know that.
Yes.
You know how long I've been in this business? A long time.
I know.
Met them all, seen them all. You are truly one of way up top.
Thank you.
Way up top for naturally funny.
Thank you.
That's the thing that most people don't understand. Yes, you can coach comedy. I coach comedians. You probably do as well. You mentor them.
Good Lord, man. How many jobs do you have? You're a psychic. You coach comedy. You're a terrible golfer. You do a podcast.
Oh, that's what we have to get back to. Glad we put a pin in that. That was the story. That's where we were. I knew. See,
and then
folks,
I have to tell you the astrology story.
I'm going to teach you comedy. That's called a callback. She called back a joke from 2 days ago when she says to me, "You were fixing me up for a bromance."
That's what I'm going to say to a man. You know what?
You were fixing me up.
You're not a comic because I never got a call back.
So what?
No, that's what I should say to a man who doesn't call me back.
Oh.
I want you to know also that I was ghosted by a man who was 73.
You're ghosted?
By a man that was 73. I'm hoping that he was just so old he actually died and became a ghost. And his sister said to me, "You know what? He's having a midlife crisis." I go, "Is he going to be 146 one day?" It's last rites. He's not midlife.
You're a Scorpio. You're totally a Scorpio with your lack of forgiveness. You're a complete Scorpio. You're proving. I should play this back for you. This is like your intervention to find out your birth certificate because I don't think you were born in April.
Okay. Tell the golf story.
Well, so Caroline calls me up and she says, "Hey, you live in Westlake, huh? That's great. Is there a lake there?" You said that before too.
I'm obsessed with the lake. I'm obsessed
then
with
you
the
asked
lake.
about a mall. I said, "We got a great mall." So we get into that. You said, "Do you golf?" I said, "Yeah, big golfer. I belong to a country club." "Really?" "I have someone for you that I want him. What's your handicap?"
I said, "I have a guy friend.
I have a guy friend.
And I want to fix you guys
I'm gonna
up."
fix you guys up. And I said, "My handicap is 18, which if you don't know golf is not good." And then she goes, "Oh."
His handicap is 5.
She said, "Let me get to that." So she says, "Oh." And I smelled and felt with all the empathy in my psychic genes. I felt absolute disdain. I felt disappointment. All my mother shit came back with Caroline going, "Oh."
I did do that.
Oh,
I'm so
and
sorry.
more. I'm getting to more.
Okay.
"What did you say?" She says, "What did you say?" I said, "Well, it's around 18. Then I tried to explain it. I'm explaining away because I know where she's going with it. She's taking away my fix-up. It was as if to say, I've got the perfect guy for you. And I go, herpes. Well, that's the end of that. It was as if I told you I have herpes that are active. And then you just took the whole date away.
No, it's as if you said you had herpes on your golf balls.
It was bad. She reverses field, tries to change it. What, Oaks Mall, do they have C's candy? She tries every different deflection. Or ARIES deflectors. She deflects over. And I'm trying to make her come back to, I love being fixed up with golfers. She's like way off the golf now. C's, oh, my daughter's going to come with you. We'll go to C's Candy. She loves that. What kind of mall? You guys have a high-end mall, don't you? I go, no, you got a guy. I'm always looking for golfers. What'd you say your handicap was again? I go, 18. Then I have to explain it. She goes, oh. And I have to explain. I go, well, it's because the course, I play better at every other course. And I said, the course is like my ex-wife. Every hole is literally PTSD. Because I put it in the water here, I put it in the woods here, I've lost balls. It's a very difficult course where I try to be controlling and not let loose with my swing. So now, folks, let me just tell you, let's cut to today. She walks in, still doesn't want to talk about it. I brought up my date. I said, what's going on with my date? Oh, she tries to avoid it again, and I auditioned for her. I showed her my swing. And she goes, that's a nice swing. I said, see, I'm auditioning for a bromance date. And then she tells me that the guy, she goes, oh, no, he won't like you. She takes it back again. This is like the biggest tease ever.
No.
People don't understand. You don't understand.
He will like you.
He won't.
Guys...
You said because of the title. She goes, well, wait a minute. Don't you have a book or a special called Dattitude? And she goes, he came up with Dattitude. I go, oh, no. And then she questioned me. She goes, what year? She questioned me on the year. I had to go to IMDb to prove that I came up with Dattitude first. And it was on Netflix because of this guy who actually did it on AGT, right?
A bunch of them. They were dads, but maybe
and they called it Dattitude.
Yeah, but maybe it's spelled with 2 T's and it's totally different.
Oh, all I know is the date's off. The date is off.
No, you guys, they
he's
were
gonna,
definitely
He's going to think,
second.
Do I have to show him the date on
but
IMDb?
It's just funny. You guys will like each other. He's funny.
All right.
I will fix you up with him.
I don't think so, unless I lower my handicap. I'm literally going to go play later today.
To lower it?
To lower my handicap.
I'm not telling him your handicap,
take a lesson.
or he will never go out with you. Wow. Oh, no. Shallow Hal. No way.
Wait, and he's a choreographer. Whether he sees me dance, date over. Do you know, Caroline, I was in theater.
Yes.
And I can sing.
Oh, give me a little.
You want Les Mis?
Yeah.
What, really?
Yeah, for real. I love
I have
anybody
to belt
who
it,
can sing.
though. I have to belt it.
Okay. Should I need to take my cans off?
God on high, hear my prayer. In my need, you have always been there. He is young, he's afraid, let him rest, heaven blessed.
You know what? You guys are going to be best friends because he loves singing, and you guys can go do karaoke.
Here's the problem.
After the golf.
I can't dance.
Well,
I got the
don't think he
lead in
wants to
place.
dance with you.
I still remember the guy hitting my feet with a cane. The choreographer goes, I said step, kick, ball, change, step, rush, up, step, step. I still remember the steps. Because he drilled it into me, and I couldn't step,
something
kick,
about
ball,
past
change,
pain?
step, rush, up, step. Yes, I have a lot of past pain.
I'm going to ask you a question
yes.
since the show is about enlightenment. Would you describe yourself as a person who is reactive or proactive?
Ooh, that's a good one. Depends when you get me. I'm a Gemini because I go both ways. It depends on I'm having a great time these days with my life.
Good.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
in terms
and I have
of your
worked,
ex-wife,
I have worked on the reactive.
But
yeah, she's my last hurrah.
I know. But are you in your engagement with her? And I will tell you what I did.
I have no engagement with her.
Okay.
She
well,
won't speak
2
to
weeks,
me.
whatever.
Yeah.
Is your reaction to her reactive or proactive?
She's my, if I'm going to hit the heavens, if I'm going to hit the mountaintop, Shangri-La, if I'm going to get to Shangri-La, it's absolutely, she's it.
Okay.
She is the lesson of life.
She's your test.
I'm creating a beautiful space right now in my life.
Right.
And wonderful things are manifesting because of creating that space.
Yes.
But that one was the one.
Just a test.
Absolutely.
So just don't be reactive.
Oh, it's a big old essay.
Don't be reactive.
At Harvard.
For
my master's.
On Father's Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
which Kostaki never wishes me a happy Mother's Day and makes Ava send his
He
wife.
wished you a happy Mother's Day on Father's Day?
No, he never does. I'm saying on Father's Day, I put a big post up
Yeah.
about how my dad and Kostaki loved each other. And that my dad took him to Kostaki to buy a car. And my dad was so excited because they thought my dad was Kostaki's dad. And they were both excited because Kostaki lost his father 3 weeks before 9/11. And I wrote this post about gratitude to Kostaki, and he's not been nice to me. I mean, that's a big, long story. But if I continue to not show Ava, like, Ava's got to have an example of people get past things.
I'm gonna tell you though, more than that, it's you though. It's seriously, that is you. You have to it's your grieving, it's your forgiveness, and the children should have nothing to do with it. It is our pathway.
No.
Yes, the children help it.
No, I didn't do it. I did it because I want Ava to see that her mother.
That. I'm saying though, for you though, that's what I have to do this for me, not for the kids, because they smell it anyway. Yeah. Honestly, they smell if you're doing things for them and you're trying to shift things for them. You're doing it for them.
You're trying
they
to
feel
be,
it.
No. You're trying to be an example for them.
I got it.
And you have to rise above this.
But the goal of the example comes for you first.
Okay.
You got it?
But if you're in a movie of your life.
Yeah.
And you cast everybody in that movie.
Yeah.
Why did you cast her?
I cast her so I could come to this place where, life can be easy sometimes if you don't have people like that. So you can go along and never grow. So she's my opportunity for growth. Okay. I can be thankful to her and am and grateful to her because it's the greatest challenge of my life. But my point is I'm no longer doing it for the kids. I'm doing it for me that I can be better for the kids.
Right. Because you grow more as a person and then you're a better father.
The reason is first me, and it's not selfish, which I've been programmed with that. Have you ever had this? I talked about something.
Selfish is such a stupid word.
I know. I talked about this the other day. I wanted to bring this up.
It's like self-care. Nobody says selfish. It's like, oh my God, you took care of your own needs. It's terrible.
Have you ever had this happen in your life where you try so hard not to be labeled a narcissist?
No. I don't.
Oh, you haven't had that? Oh, see, I've got that.
I don't
It's like,
think
they're not going to call me a
narcissist.
I'll show them. That's part of my rescuing. Is I'll fix them up and I'll employ so and so and I'll help so and so. Oh, you don't do that? So that's because you're.
No, it's funny
Pisces.
That's funny that you said I was a rescuer because I think once I became a parent, I have very little time to do anything. I mean, full-time parent, and Kostaki and his wife were gone for 10 months. So I'm like, only parent, full-time job, always trying to figure out something else, always trying to write something else, so anyway.
You know what I said in the book, actually, and say it? My defense is no better than her offense because it's only seen as the same thing to anyone else, including the children. And that's a big lesson for me, is because I always think, and this is true, this really is true, I've never started anything with her. I mean, maybe a little
then
something.
You are in a complete state of reactivity.
Exactly. So, but my reactions are not no better than her actions. Her offenses, my defenses are no better than her offenses.
Right, but
if you go to court, they don't care. They just say you're both wrong.
Right.
But you're busy. I'm defending myself and literally defending my life. Going, she makes all these false allegations against me, and it's been horrible.
But if you're in a reactive state all the time, you really then sort of get into a victim mentality.
Yes, and you become the one they're saying you are.
No, but if you are in a victim mentality, you have no control over what will happen because you are literally waiting to see what's going to happen and what she'll do next so you can react to it, as opposed to...
And the law of attraction, you're attracting it.
Proactively deciding and going beyond.
So my proactive these days is to create space.
Of course.
And by the way, this is no sentimental Pollyanna.
What do you mean
I created a space for you, who I loved for years, to be here today.
Yes,
I'm dead serious.
That.
I'm dead serious. I want to create a space on this show or podcast in my life, period. The people I hang out with. Apparently, I won't be hanging out with your golf stud. But anyway,
oh my God, you guys are gonna get married. You're gonna leave your wife for him.
But if I create the space, this is inviting people in a natural, organic sense, an authentic way, as opposed to me forcing. Let me do something for you. Let me save you.
Yeah.
All of that. That's the reaction.
Haven't you grown out of that? Like, who cares?
I'm saying that I am, and I'm in the best space of my life. I've got this other layer to go, and I know it, admit it. I know
We've
that's
got
exactly
a million
right.
layers to go. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I mean, but this is the big one, is her. She's the big one.
Yeah.
I've had recovery over it. I had her over for Thanksgiving for a while and holidays and everything else, but then it went south.
Do you think that it's possible
Yeah.
that she still, and will never admit, but that she still loves you?
Everybody says that. It's a theory, and I actually happen to know what it is. It's literally a disorder, and you can only pray for people that have that disorder. She's got one of the worst things you could possibly have, and it's very, very difficult to deal with. I talked to therapists. Dr. Drew said he has to go to therapy just to deal with borderlines.
Oh, that's the hard one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's the borderlines are the most difficult. I'm actually saying this to be of service to people
But
out
they
there.
sort of also had a big fracture from reality as kids, right?
What's that? I don't know.
Something bad happened?
Well,
I don't think we should talk about her childhood.
That's right.
Yes.
I
wanna tell
already
you
got
the
penalized for that, by the way. But anyway,
I want to tell you the astrology story.
The point is that I am well aware of it, and creating this new space. I do some really good inner work lately, and it manifested in you being here, having a great time.
You have
having
goodness and
laughter.
light emanating from you.
Yeah.
You always have.
Yeah. Well,
You know what? Maybe
I got
as
a lot
kid,
of darkness.
No, but maybe as a kid you had more of your wound present, and now you see much more on the other side of it.
Yes. Well, I was kidnapped.
Yeah,
as a kid.
I know.
Yeah, I've had some heavy duty stuff.
No, you have.
And of course, you got to heal from that. But today, it's funny you should say, I just wrote my sister today. We've been estranged for 6 years. So it's funny you would bring this up, but I want that to heal. So I mentioned to her the relationship I have with my mom, who I didn't speak to for 5 years, which is extraordinary and could never go back.
Such a Scorpio, these people that don't talk. That's a real Scorpio trait.
I'm not the one.
They cut
I'm not the one.
That's the card.
That's a Libra and an Aries.
No,
Aries.
you know what it
Aries,
says?
by the way. She's an Aries. Tell me how to deal with my sister. Tell me how to deal with an Aries.
I will.
Oh, stubborn.
Here's the thing.
No, hold a grudge. But anyway, I told
an Aries
her
will also be like a Scorpio and cut them out. But you know what?
the relationship I have with my mom is what I told her. I said, that's what I'm going to have in my life from now on. It can never go back. My mom could say you're the worst human being, and it doesn't matter to me because it's full acceptance, not just partly in words and all that. It's full on acceptance, and it's glorious.
God,
I can't
that's
wait
a lot
to
of
talk
pain
to her.
having I went through probably pre sort of spiritual work or therapy work. I was very black and white. Like there were people that I had a very long rope, but like there's only one person just because she did something so shitty that I really don't think I could forgive. But life is gray. It's not black and white, and that just comes with age. Understanding that.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is.
Can I
much
please
more,
tell you my
instead of
Aries
gray?
story?
This is colorful now.
Yeah,
I'm in a lot of color right now.
that's so funny. When Ava was born, everyone said, "What was it like?" I said, "It's like the world went to Technicolor." Like my life was
Like Dorothy.
fantastic, and then I opened the door, and it was like Oz when she was born.
Another favorite. Is that one of your favorites?
First of all, your voice is beautiful. I can't believe you're not singing. Why don't you ever do that?
I want to be Javert on Broadway.
You have to be, or at least one
Jean,
night.
at last we see each other plain, Monsieur le Maire. You wear. Just such a lame ass freak.
I am so
bawled
glad
my
you
eyes
never
out.
sang for me because it's my weakness.
Oh, really? You'd be into me?
If you sang to me, absolutely.
Really?
Oh, please.
You know, I sing my daughter to sleep. Did you do that
You know,
with your
my
daughter?
ex-boyfriend used to bore me to sleep, and I thought that was so sweet. In fact, I've been having such
Did you
terrible.
have a tune to it?
No, I've been having
No
such
tune?
terrible insomnia.
Yeah.
I wrote the other day. I said I actually miss my ex-boyfriend because if he were here, he would he would be telling me about every hole that he played in golf, and I would be out like a light. I should just call him and go, "Can you just tell me about your game today? Because I can't sleep at all." Wait,
Do you have insomnia?
I don't anymore.
Oh, damn it.
You know what?
I was hoping you did. You know why?
Why?
Because I would call you.
And talk to me about golf.
No, I would talk to you
you have
because I have
insomnia too?
horrible insomnia.
Well, I will give you my number because I have it sometimes. Well, you have my number, but I
had this deal
had
with
it.
Jodie Sweetin. You know who she is?
Yeah.
I had to deal with her, but then she got a boyfriend
Yeah.
who now lives with her. So I went,
That's weird.
I don't really know him well enough.
Yeah.
But now you, even though I'm married, you got no problems.
No, there's a couple of people.
My wife is like, she is zero on the jealousy. Like it's
Yeah.
insulting.
Yeah, it is insulting because she's clearly with another man.
Whoa! Whoa! You heard it here.
Can I
folks.
tell my astrology
I'm
story,
do
please?
some research.
Okay.
Yeah, tell your story.
Kim Whitley, best friend.
Yes.
Ava's godmother.
Yeah.
Do you know Kim?
I want you to put a pin in that for after the show. But yes.
Oh.
No, I don't know her, but
Okay.
recently do.
Marla Garland,
Yeah.
another best friend.
Okay, that's Jeff Garland's former
Ex-wife, yes.
Right.
We're all in Rome at this beautiful
That
hotel.
trio went to Rome
Well,
intentionally together.
No, we went to Tuscany for like 2 weeks, and then the three of us had 3 days in Rome.
Okay, but you took a vacation together.
Yes, they're
You
two of my best friends in the world.
Okay.
There were like 10 of us, right?
Great. Oh, okay.
So we went to Rome, and it said college graduate tours. So we were like, fantastic. We'll get some hottie who's just graduated from the University of Rome, right? One of the most repulsive human beings I've ever seen pulls up in a minivan, and he's like, get in. And we're like, he is so late. He is so vile. And he says this, I'm sorry I'm so late. I was fucking this woman from New Jersey. She was crazy. Such a fucking crazy lover. She must have had 3 holes. And we're all like, what? Like,
Wow.
wow. And he said, she's so crazy. So much passion. Oh, what? He literally goes, she's the best crazy lover from New Jersey. And then he turns around to Marla and he said, she's Aries, April 13th, right? I swear to God, this is true. This is how we get in the car. He turns around and he says to Marla, what is your birthday? And she says, April 13th. And then he goes, what about you? What is your birthday? And I'm like, April 13th. I swear to God. And then he says to Kim, who are you, the maid?
What?
Oh my God. She's like, I'm a Leo. They got into the biggest freaking fight. We get to the Coliseum. I go, are you going to park here? He goes, I'm not going in. I've seen it 1,000 times. It's so hot. I'm staying in the car with the air conditioning. I'm like, but you're the tour guide. He goes, get out. There will be a big group from a cruise. Join them. I go, this is the tour? So we're like running ahead. He's like, we're with the tour. Marla gets out. She goes, fuck that. She's like, hold on. We're with the tour. Kim and I are like, we're with the tour. But can you believe that? April 13th. So
Yeah.
I swear to God it's
And
true.
this is Italy? The guy is Italian?
You know what? I know it wasn't a great accent, but you don't have to
She knew where I was going with it. She knew where I was going with
You know
it.
what? I didn't say he was from Italy. I just said it happened in
She
Italy.
knew exactly
He was
because
from
I had a
whatever.
joke prepared. I let her
Whatever.
finish the story. I was going to go, oh, Bella Lugosi was your tour. April 13th. Is that the accent? I love that you knew. You knew. You
didn't
saw it in
say-
my eyes. I'm going to get a comeback
Oh.
for her removing my golf date. I'm going to get her back
You know what?
and
I'm gonna-
making fun of my accents
I'm
and my
calling
Philly
him.
accent.
I'm calling him as soon as we're done. I'm sending him that picture, and if he can get over that, I'm fixing you guys up.
Tell him to come over. Tell him to come over to the studio here. He's in the neighborhood, right?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. I'll guarantee you he's playing golf.
I'm getting a note here to get your social media. What's your social
Wrap it
media?
up. I thought you meant my social security number.
Yeah, I'll take that too.
My social media.
You got residual checks
June-
on me, don't you?
Yeah, June Ambrose is a very famous stylist. She does Jay-Z and Beyonce. And
Okay.
she thought
And
many
you.
years ago, because I wasn't on Instagram, it would be fun. So she has Caroline Rhea with a little check, and she opened an account for me. She cannot remember any of the passwords or anything. So my social media is Caroline Rhea, the number 4, and real.
Oh.
With a green check. I'm verified or blue tick, whatever. Yeah, don't make that face. Okay?
That's
Because
a rough one.
June Ambrose got freaking Caroline Rhea. So that's my social media.
My Siri calls
I'm
you
doing-
Rhea. By the way.
Rhea, of course it does.
Yes.
And I'm doing a show in Maine on July 23rd in Kennebunkport at the Vinegar Hill Theater.
I've been to that theater. It's beautiful.
You've played that theater?
I haven't played it. I've been to it.
You know what?
I saw my friend Richard Kind, who I saw at your house, so you must know him.
Your friend Richard Kind, who lived with me for 6 months last year?
That's why I saw him at your house. I had that memory. I knew.
Richard Kind, who lived with me when I was pregnant. Richard Kind has lived with me so many times.
He stays with everybody. Yours, George Clooney's house. He stays with. Does this guy ever pay for a hotel?
Yeah, but you know what's a good story?
What?
He was staying with George Clooney, but he would come and use my elliptical. I'm like, does ER not pay well? I'm on Sabrina,
He's
the
been
teenager.
on thousands of shows.
Richard is very tight with his money. Let's be honest. He'll be the first to tell you.
I noticed he never pays for golf. Did you ever fix him up with your friend?
No, I did not.
He's a double-digit handicap, by the way. So
He is?
He's a double-digit, yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, my friend is too good for both of you. Anyway.
The entertainers, it's hard for us to have a single-digit.
I can't believe
handicap.
it. I thought Rich was a really good
You
golfer.
have to play a lot.
Okay.
That means your buddy's unemployed. I'm not interested.
Oh,
okay, so,
my God.
So Richard Kind. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So I'm on the elliptical. I'm on Hollywood Squares at the time. I get this call from the producer, Pat Lee. She goes, Caroline, what are you doing? I go, I'm on the elliptical. She goes, you have to get out of the house. And I go, I have 4 minutes and 31 seconds left. I'll call you back after that. She goes, you have to get out of the house now. And I go, what are you talking about? She goes, please get out of the house. Are you alone? And I'm like, yes. I get out of the house. She goes, we got a call. You got a death threat that someone is going to blow up your house. And I go, well, when did you get the call? They're like, Friday. I go, it's Monday. I want to get back on the elliptical. Nobody blew it up. I go, what did the message say? They said, this is just to let you know we're going to blow up Caroline Rhea's house. Thank you. I said, they said, thank you? It's a Canadian. A Canadian threatened me. It's not going to happen. Okay? They took it so seriously. The bomb squad was over there in 1 second. They checked the house. I had to have a police guard. We had to go and stay at a hotel. I had a police guard the house for we had detectives outside the house for ages. This is like 20 years ago. We had these detectives outside the house. I forget to mention to Richard Kind that this has happened. And he came every day to use the elliptical. He is tackled.
They think he's the bomber?
He's tackled at the door.
He was tackled at
the door.
Hilarious.
And I'm like, whoops, I forgot to tell you about
bomb
Richard.
threats from being on Hollywood Squares,
I
the
said,
upper left. I imagine what would happen if you were the center square.
I said, I'm so sorry that I didn't know American history, but you don't have to kill me. It was just a car. You'd have to pay tax on it anyway. Jeez.
I loved when I won someone a car on that show. Isn't that great? I ran into her.
Do you know what's so funny?
What? You ran into your car person?
No, I went to Lucy Davis's 4th of July party. The first person who saw me came up to me and said, because of you, I lost on Match Game. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. The next person who comes up to me and goes, because of you, I lost on Family Feud. I go, I swear to God. I go, first of all, that was Raven's fault, not mine. And I did blow it for the guy. And I knew the answer, and I didn't say it. And stupid Oliver Hudson knew it. Damn it. God. You should interview him. He's hilarious.
Okay, sure. Oh, yeah, I like him. A good-looking guy.
So good looking.
When they're that good looking, it's hard to believe that they're that funny. You know what I'm saying?
He's really funny.
Yeah, I know.
He's
very talented.
He's like as funny as someone who's average looking.
He grew up in the business.
I love his mother so much. She's a lovely person. Goldie Hawn?
That's his mother?
Yes.
Why did I not know that? This is so weird for me.
Because you've been so busy golfing?
No. I'm thinking the famous parent is a Hudson brother.
It was.
I know that, but there's Goldie Hawn. I know. I didn't realize that was her kid. Yeah. That's so weird. So, are you doing any more game shows these days?
I don't know if we're doing Match Game again. That's my biggie that I'm a regular on.
I was up to be a writer on that, and then at the last minute they turned me down.
You know why? Because you have 17 other careers.
Yeah. Well,
when
why
do you
not?
want to do that?
Why not add that? One?
I'm writing a new stand-up show, and it's called "Is This a Date?" Because no one ever knows if it is.
Wow.
Is this a date?
That's so funny. My wife actually said that to me on our first date.
Yeah. There should be a font.
Is this a date?
Yeah. The font should be date.
Guess
font.
what my response was? This is where I'm a pussy.
What'd you say?
Do you want it to be?
Oh my God.
Oh, look at the list. That was worse disdain to my handicap.
No, that's like
The look that you just gave.
That's so watery, wimpy, and reactive.
I can't believe she
that's
married
like when,
me.
That's like when you're like at the door and you're like an inch from each other and they say, "Can I kiss you?" It's like, if you can't freaking kiss me at that point and my mouth is that close to yours and you have to ask, then don't bother.
Well, I look forward to seeing you on stage tonight. We're both performing at the same place. That'll be a lot of fun.
I know.
Hey,
I'm so
I have an
excited.
idea. I'm going to
What?
pitch this to
What?
you. Why don't we go on tour together?
I think that'd be fantastic.
I've always thought that.
Me
I don't even
too.
know if I proposed that to you.
No, we haven't. But
That's
I
a
would,
really good
We
show.
are such a compatible show.
Exactly. It's
Yes.
very, very. We could even do stuff together.
Yes,
We
absolutely.
could do a theater tour.
Yes, I'd love it.
It'll do better than me and Bill Bellamy. That lasted one day.
What?
No one ever booked us.
Oh, I love Bill Bellamy.
He's awesome.
He's so funny.
By the way, unfollowable. So he closed the show, and people tell me I'm unfollowable.
Oh, I'm happy to open. Are you crazy? Happy.
No, I'm
happy,
the same
happy
way.
to.
We'll be fighting on who
No, I'll be
opens.
like, I'll open today,
It'll be the opposite.
Oh my God.
Every other
No,
comedian,
you know
I'm
what?
closing.
No,
I'm
no,
clo-
no.
He was like, I'm closing. I was
No,
like, go ahead. You and I are the same person.
No.
I'm like, sure, go. Yeah.
No, you go
Less
ahead.
pressure. I'm in the dressing room eating while he's up there doing
No,
his show.
I want to open because, first of all,
No, you're not.
I want to make sure everybody in the audience is fine. I love talking to them. And then I will yeah. No, I'm opening. That's the only way we'll do it.
That's the only way we'll do it? All right. Well, we could flip a coin like they used to do
Time?
in the old days. It's time. Anyway, Caroline, I do love you. I'm
I
so
love
happy you
you.
came here. This is such a good time. It's one of those you could go on and on. So why don't we do that in real life without a microphone?
Okay,
all right?
good. All
Okay,
right.
we'll do that. Anyway, please, if you enjoyed this show, I'm not even going to say if you did. I know that you did, so pass the word around. We have other guests. I'm not going to say if they're better or worse than Caroline.
Oh, my God. I'm so fixing you up with the golfer.
We have wonderful guests on our show. We hope you think that the same and pass the word around because you can participate in shifting the consciousness of the world. There was no L in
Here's
that
my
word.
big thing.
There was no L in that word.
This is the crazy thing
Yeah.
that I realized. This shifted my whole life.
What's that?
You don't wake up awake. You got to choose it.
Yeah, that's right.
I just thought we all did. Otherwise, you're just a robot. So
Right.
you got to choose it.
And abandon.
Consciousness.
And so that's what I'm hoping this show does. I'm not even going to say hoping. That's what this show does. Is we're
Oh, now you're proactive.
that's proactive. See.
I'm hoping that
Maybe you should why don't you just like stand over here for every podcast, like off camera.
yelling at you.
You could be my muse.
You really have not aged. I'm going to give you that.
You don't need me. But I haven't aged.
You haven't.
Oh my God. I actually make fun of myself. Look at that picture. That's 2012. Now she's going, yes, you have. It's the same face as you gave me with the disdain face.
No.
Anyway, all right, folks. Please pass the word around. That's the old school way of saying, hey, upload us, download us, give us stars and ratings and everything. It's called
Upload
Enlightened
us,
Up.
download us sounds dirty as hell. I want you to upload me and download me.
Yeah, do it from the backspace, baby. Oh, yeah. My love, master love, baby. Yeah. Hey, Caroline, look down there. I call that the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts. Yeah.
Folks, see you next time. Oh, I forgot my list. I have a slogan.
Oh, what is it?
You always have to have a slogan.
Yeah.
Here it is, folks. Listen to me. Enlighten the fuck up, will you? Thank you.
I like it.
Harlan thought I was hostile. All right, see you next time, folks.